Well, hi friends, and welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today is the first of the month. That means it's the first of the month playlist, and here is a hint of what it's about. But first of all, before we get to that video, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Brenda, and this is my Oliver, and we are so glad you stopped by today. And if you're returning, well, you know we love you. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, DIY number one. So I'm going to take two of these pizza pans from Dollar Tree. I'm going to do a little sanding over all of them, front and back, sides, trims, rims, whatever, the whole thing. And then I wipe it off really well with a baby wipe and dry it. And once I had it all done, I took one of them and I'm going to bend it. Now, when you bend it, you don't want to go halfway. You want to do more about a quarter of the way, a third of the way down, something like that. Then I took the one that's not bent and I painted the back of it with my crimson color by Waverly. And then I am taking my white chalk paint here by Waverly and I am painting the front of it just about the same length as the bent one. Hopefully that makes sense. So it's just going to be probably the top third of my pan that I painted. Then I took the bent one and I painted it, just this side of it, with my Waverly chalk paint in the color white. After it was all dry, I took my painter's tape here and I'm just going to lay it down. I'm using that little piece there as a spacer so that my lines are even. And then once I have all the lines or all the tape placed on there, I'm going to paint it with my Waverly chalk paint in the color crimson. And there you go. So I'm painting of course, the stuff that doesn't have tape on it with my crimson color. And then I will let it dry. I did have a little bit of bleed through on a few spots, but you just take a little brush with some of your background paint and just kind of touch it up and it looks great. So just finishing up here, and then I'm going to remove all of those painter's tape. I did remove it while it was wet. And then I dried it. And then once it was dry, I took this Deco Art Americano. It's navy blue paint. And I'm going to paint the bent side that I had painted white. I'm going to paint that with that navy color. Now, the reason why I painted it white first is because this is acrylic paint. And I think it shows better when you paint over some white. Then I wanted to make some stars. Now, I had this stencil. I got this, I think, from Temu. And because it doesn't lay flat because of that lip, I decided to go ahead and take my white paint marker from Dollar Tree. And I'm just tracing out those stars all around the bent area of my pizza pan. Then I took a small paintbrush and my white paint and went over it. Now you could leave it with just the marker if you wanted, but it wasn't very bright. So I wanted it to be a little bit brighter. So that's why I went over it with my paintbrush. Then I took some Fix-All glue and I'm going to just go all the way around the rim that is not painted here of the full pizza pan. And I was running low on that one. I had to switch it out for a new one here. Once I was done, I'm going to take my other pizza pan and I'm going to add it just like that. Look how cute that is. Now, I wish I could say this is my original idea. It's not. I did see this on Pinterest like last year and I loved it and I wanted to make it. So I decided I was going to make it this year. So I just clamped it down with some of my clamps there from Dollar Tree and waited overnight. And then I'm taking my big mouth crocodile and making a couple holes for a hanger. And then I took some twine and I got these beads last year from Amazon. I do believe they're in my Amazon store, but they are so cute. And I just thought they'd be so much fun as a hanger on this. So I'm just stringing them through to make my hanger. And then of course I'll string my twine through the holes and tie knots on the back. And then I'm just going to fill up my planter here. And I'm just going to use some boxwood greenery. I love this stuff. This comes from Walmart. It's my favorite greenery. And I'm just going to fill it up. I used like 1.5 picks. I don't even think that one was completely full either. So maybe it might have been more like one pick. And then I had these flowers. Now I got these when I started my channel, the summer after I started my channel, from Dollar Tree. I don't know if they still have them or not, but I haven't been using them. I thought, okay, this would be a perfect time to use these. So I'm just going to fill them up with those flowers and then some of the long glittery things. I don't even know what you would call those. I'm going to call them planter fillers. And I'm just going to fill that in with amongst the greenery, and that's all there was. Look how cute that is. I love it. You could hang it in the house. You could hang it on a door. I think it would be a great door hanger. I just love it. Yeah, well, let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Okay, today is the first of the month and it is Patriotic DIYs. I normally host this challenge with my friend Amanda with 6 kids and a glue gun, but she was unable to attend this month. So we have Robin with Crafts Unleashed by Robin as our guest host, and she is amazing. She started her channel around the same time I did, so we are OGs. And I just love her. And of course, she loves Farmhouse just like me. But if you haven't heard of her before, check her out. She does an amazing job. I love her and she does great. So I will have links to her channel as well as the playlist in the description box below. Oh my goodness. Okay, DIY number 2. So I took this sign from Dollar Tree and I'm going to paint the inside of it white, and I'm going to paint the back and the rim with my crimson color. And then I let it dry, and once it was dry, I took my Mod Podge and I just brushed it all along the inside part of my sign here, making sure that I got inside those corners real well. And then I will set that aside to dry. And after it was dried, I took this napkin from Dollar Tree, and I wanted to cut it down, so I'm just kind of using my fingernail to kind of cause a little line so I knew where to cut it. So I'm just going to cut it out, and then after I cut this out, I'm going to take the 1-ply from the back off. Now this is a Dollar Tree napkin that I just recently got, so you may be able to find it at your Dollar Tree if they have any of the new Patriotic stuff out. And then I'm going to lay it in place. I put my parchment paper over it, and I'm going to use my heat press to reactivate that glue. If you don't have a heat press, you can use an iron without steam. The only problem is with the corners, it's really hard to get in there. Maybe an iron might be a little thinner. This does have a little where it V's on the end, and I thought it would be enough, but I really had to work at those corners to get them to stick down. But once I was done, I just covered it again with some more Mod Podge, and then I let that dry. And then while it was drying, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with it. I got to this point, I knew what I was going to do, but then I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do after that. So I started looking through my stash, and I found one of those little wood plaques, and I painted it white. And then I just found these rub-on transfers at Dollar Tree. These are new this year as well. I cut the image out with the backing on it. Now, I think Kathy Jo told me to do it this way. It makes it a lot easier to trim. I hate having all the plastic around the window clings, so I like to cut them out, but normally I take the window cling off the backing. And Kathy Jo told me, oh, do it this way. It makes it a lot easier to cut. And she was right. It makes it so much easier to cut. So I'm just going to fussy cut all around the image of that truck. And then I added some more Mod Podge to the front of that plaque. I got a little crazy there with the Mod Podge. I had to scoop some of it up and put it back in my container because I got too much there. But I'm going to add this little sign this is a little, this is part of that window cling set. So I added that to the bottom, and then I'm just going to add my truck right there like that and make sure the flag looks good there. Had to kind of straighten it out a little bit. And then I just went over it again with Mod Podge to, put that protective layer over it again. And then I just let that dry, and I just think this is so cute. Anyways, yeah, gonna continue painting on this Mod Podge. I took 5 tumbling tower blocks and I'm gluing them end to end just like you see. And then I painted them with my crimson color. I do leave one side unpainted, And then I'm going to take my wood glue and hot glue, and I'm going to glue my plaque to the front of my sign. And then, yeah, what do I do after that? I thought about putting like tumbling tower blocks behind it so it kind of stuck out, but I didn't. So anyways, I'm going to glue my tumbling tower blocks to the back of my sign. And when I do, I kind of stand it up and lean my sign backward a little bit, so that way it stands up better. Then I took some of this ribbon and I cut them down. I think they were like 5 inches, and I'm just layering them like an X, and I'm just going back and forth. Now that red and white polka dotted ribbon also has stripes on one side, so I would alternate them. I would add some with polka dots and some with stripes. It just kind of gives it a little bit more fun details to it, I think. But once I have all of these ribbons now, I don't remember how many I cut of each, but you can make them your own. I'm just going to take some twine and wrap it around and tie it. Now, I would recommend actually using a zip tie. It holds it a little tighter. I was having a hard time getting it to hold tight with my twine. And then I just kind of fanned it out, and then I'm just going to hot glue it. And now I did glue some of the ends of the ribbon too, and then I added a raffia little knot thing there on the front. And there it is. I think it came out so cute. I love window clings. They make things so much fun. You have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Okay, guys, I just wanted to stop in real quick. I know I am still about over 300 away from my goal of 20,000 subscribers before my birthday on May 7th. I don't think I'm going to make it. That's a huge jump, but I know I will get there soon. So continue to help me out if you can. Continue to share this video. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video. Be part of our YouTube family. Help me reach that goal. But I do plan on having a couple of giveaways once I reach that 20,000 goal. So keep watching, and once I hit it, I will let you know all the details for it. So with all that, guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video. So let's continue on. Okay, DIY number 3. So I'm going to take 5 of these smaller wood planks from Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint 2 of them white, 2 of them crimson, and 2 of them with my real navy. Or sorry, 1 of them with my real navy. And then I took my little star. I have this came with a bigger one. It comes with a whole bunch of different size stars. So this was like more of a smaller size. So I'm just going to go over the stencil with my white paint, and then I had to add more to the end, and one got a little too close, but you know what, it's okay. And then I let that dry, and while it dried, I took my little after it was dry, I took my little pokey tool, poked some holes so I'd know where to place my crocodile, and cut holes or punched holes through that. Now this, again, I saw this on Pinterest, and I thought it was a little similar to this. It wasn't exactly like this. I thought it was really cool, but after I did this, I'm like, I don't know if I like this. I just feel like it's too plain, but I don't know. You have to let me know what you think about this one. It is kind of plain. It's very easy to make. I kept thinking I wanted to put maybe some kind of words down the red and white ones, but I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it when I was making this, but I took some twine and I put some tape around the ends, and I'm just going to poke it through the holes, and then I am going to make the ends even, and I'm going to tape those ends together, and then I'm going to put those through the holes that I created on the blue part. Now you could do this differently. I just did it this way because I didn't cover up those holes. I mean, you could cover up the holes and just make one in the middle and tie it that way. But this is how I did it because I was kind of being lazy, but it kind of made me do more anyway. So that's what I get, right? So I pulled my my twine through, and then I just made sure, excuse me, that it was about the same length, and then just tied knots on the back. And then I just made another hole. I will make this once I do this. Oh my goodness. I made another hole on the other side of this one, and then took some twine, put some tape around the end so I could string it through, and then just made a hanger, tied knots on the back and made a hanger. That's all I did with this. Now you have to let me know if you think that I should have done something more. I thought about maybe doing some distressing on the red and white to make it look more old, but I didn't do it. I don't know why. I think I was so confused at, should I do something more? Should I add some words? If you think I should, let me know what you think I should have put on there. I don't know. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, it is a time for a celebration of your recreations, but I have nothing to share with you this morning, or tonight. So make sure if you have a creation or recreation, send me pictures to that email address there, or send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger. Okay, DIY number 4. So for this DIY, I took some paper from this paper pack. I got that a couple years ago from Hobby Lobby, and I thought this paper was so pretty. So I took one of those wood planks from Dollar Tree. It's just I don't know what size they are, like 10 inches, maybe 12. Anyways, I'm going to trace it out, and then I will just cut it all out. And I'm tracing it with my paper here because I want it to go along the front side. And then I'm just going to add Mod Podge. I didn't paint it. I'm just going to add Mod Podge to the front, and then I'm going to add my paper right to the front of it. And smooth it all out. Make sure it's adhering as well. I used my paper cutter on this, you guys, and it didn't do very good. I don't know. I think I might need to change my blade out or something, because it kind of caught on the bottom and ripped it too. So I might need to change my blade out. But anyways, I'm covering it again with some more Mod Podge, of course, to protect it. And then I let it dry. Then I took these are 1.5-inch letters from Hobby Lobby, and I took out the letters that spell home, and I'm painting them with my crimson color. And then I'm making sure I get all the edges, and then I let them dry. Once they are dry, I don't remember what I did. So we'll see here in a moment. Oh, I took that real navy and I went ahead and painted around the edges. And then I thought, okay, I better just paint the back too, because it does kind of look funny. The edges are blue, the front is the paper, and the back was that natural color. So I painted the back as well. Then I took my Type Bond Quick and Thick multi-purpose glue, and I am going to brush it on because it's super thick. It's thicker than usual because I lost the lid, or the cap that goes over the lid. So yeah, it's a little thicker than usual. Then I have this Rick Rack. I got this from Hobby Lobby. I thought I had some smaller stuff from Temu, but I couldn't find it. So I took this one, and I barely had enough, and I just went around it. And then I took a white plaque from Dollar Tree. I had painted it white, and I'm using that Type Bond glue and hot glue on the bottom of my sign, and I'm going to stand it onto that plaque, which is now my base. I decided for extra protection or security, I painted 3 tumbling tower blocks, but I only used 2. And I'm using my Type Bond glue and hot glue to put them along the back side of my sign, just to kind of keep it secure. I took this star thing from Dollar Tree that has the dowel, and I wanted to cut it down, but I was having a heck of a time because that thing didn't cut very straight. So once I got it cut down and sanded the bottom off so it was straighter, I took one of these window clings. This comes from one of the new window clings, again from Dollar Tree. It's a different one than the one with the truck, and I'm just using my school glue on this. It does dry clear. And I put it on the star, and then I'm using my hot glue here, and I'm going to glue this in place. Now, I don't know how long this will last that way, but I love it. I think it's really cute, and it's fun. Doesn't scream 4th of July, but it is patriotic anyways. So you have to let me know what you think about this. The final reveal is coming up, and there they are. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you want to see any more patriotic DIYs, because I love patriotic DIYs. But anyways, make sure you check out Robin's channel and the playlist, and make sure if you're new here, you subscribe before you go. Help me reach my goal. And I will be back again on Sunday with the 5 Under 5 challenge. So with all that being said, I hope you guys have a blessed weekend, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.